Hi there, I'm Claire Matthews and I'm here today with Luca Deplano. He is from hospitality chain Banyan. Luca, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell me a bit about what you do at Banyan?
I'm the VP of Marketing for Banyan Hotels and Resort.
Well, TripAdvisor has been one of the top priorities for hospitality marketers for a while now, and it's just one of many UGC travel sites. So can you tell me, how are these sites usually used, and also how can they be abused?
I think they are extremely useful. We cannot go back on that. Users use them to get recommendation. It's nothing new. Before you used to ask a friend, now you ask a trusted traveler who share the same passion and the same idea of travel. So for us it's important to learn how to use them properly and to engage customer really through this new channel. Again, it's nothing new than meeting a customer and greet them at our resort. You need to be responsive. You need to understand why they're complaining and whether there was really a shortfall, and you need to be able to reply accordingly.
So can you tell me some circumstances where these sites are perhaps being abused?
Potentially, yes. But I don't think that given the number that now this website have, the number of reviews that this website have, that's an issue anymore. Yes, you may have the occasional unjust or comment, or you may have a comment that may not be 100% genuine. But when you start having 200 and 300 comments about your property, you can focus on those few instances. You really need to see this holistically and understand what are the main issue. And you really need to understand that this is also a resource. It's not just about managing complaints. It's very much also to understand why customers are praising you. We tend to focus always on the negative, but we don't pay enough attention to the positive.
Well, we all know that travelers have been really quick to capitalize on social media to find out where they want to go, and Banyan have been really active in that space as well. So can you tell me, how have you gotten started? What have you been doing in social media?
Well, we do actually have, I would say, a reasonably sophisticated social media strategy now. I think for us the real shift was from leaving the strategy part to the e-biz department, which is what a lot of companies do, to moving it and integrating it fully with our PR strategy. We moved the strategy under PR, and we started posting a lot more emotional news, I will call it. A beautiful picture of a sunset at one of our Maldivian resorts, or the appointment of the new CSR person in one of our resorts. And suddenly we saw the number of likes skyrocket throughout the roof.
And do you mind me asking, what made you change your approach and start putting up more personal posts on social media?
I think that because the PR department had a better understanding of what makes clicks, what makes our fans click. And they had a better understanding that for Banyan Tree it's very much about emotion. It's not factual. The PR department will be better connected and it will really understand better what makes our fans click. So a simple shift in terms of organization allowed us to be a lot more effective through social media channel. And I think that's the important lesson. Social media is only one of the many channels. It's not something different and has to be integrated with everything else you do.
So Luca, tell me, are there any specific rules when a luxury brand approaches a social media strategy?
I guess we are still learning those rules, if there are. We need to be there. I think that a few years ago there was still some discussion whether the internet in general, social media was a necessary channel for luxury goods brands, and now that has been resolved. You need to be there. You need to be there because more and more your customers are there, but also because your future customer are now engaging, and they're not reading magazine anymore, they're on Facebook. So you need to also look on the long term and engage your next customer.
So tell me, how has the high resolution camera phone affected the way that you approach your social media strategy?
It's a mixed blessing in a way. Life was a lot easier 10 years ago for us marketeers because you could do a very expensive Photoshop and you could make your resort look perfect. Nowadays you can do the same, and then a customer, a guest stay in our resort and start taking picture of all the bits and pieces that you photoshopped, and you're naked. You can't really hide behind. So again, you have to accept that nowadays you have to be very truthful in what you do. People expect to know what they are getting, and again, it can be a mixed blessing because there are a lot of people who goes to our restaurant or our resort and post amazing pictures. And in fact, actually, we try to capitalize as much as possible, if anything. We're now thinking about trying to get those pictures and use them in our marketing material.
What do you think are the hot topics we'll be discussing in 5 years' time at the iMedia Summit in 2017?
This year is all about mobile. Somebody yesterday was suggesting in 5 years it will be all about the Google eyeglasses, where you will have all your information and you won't have to carry any gadget because everything will be on your screen, on your lenses. So I think that it's a very interesting time.
Well, thank you for joining us, Luca.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.